What's up, dudes? Welcome to Cake Tips number, what the fuck number is this? Hello! Welcome to Cake Tips number 6. Today I'm gonna have Dong helping me out to do some stuff. He's gonna help me do some free look stuff, and he's also gonna help me out planting the bomb to show you something really cool, which I bet you guys didn't know. And if you did, maybe it's just a nice reminder for how to mix your game up a little bit when you're in these 1v1 situations and so forth. You'll see in a second. Sorry this couldn't come out last week, I had some stuff going on. But to make up for that, I'm also going to be making a video showing you how to install my server plugins, just how I have them installed. You know, I didn't write the plugins, but a lot of people have a lot of questions on which ones I use and how to set that up for themselves. So I'll walk you through that in the next video. I'm trying to keep this intro as short as possible. Let's just jump right into this. So what I'm going to talk a lot about today, it's going to be pretty extensive, is the buy menu in Counter-Strike. Basically, it's by default about to be, and you can access the buy menu anywhere within one of your buy zones. When you hit B, you get a whole array of options, a whole series of different guns you can choose. You can choose handguns, shotguns, submachine guns, most commonly rifles. Okay, this isn't serious. This isn't what I was going to do. Let's really start now. I don't know why I wanted to do that. Alright, so I'm going to teach you really quickly how to throw a grenade while you're defusing the bomb. And it's pretty useful because let's say you're a T facing a CT in a one-on-one and you've planted and you know the CT's in the site. If he defuses, like if he does a fake defuse, if he just taps it and then he throws a nade at you, you're pretty much not ever going to peek because you know that he's off of the bomb if he's able to throw a grenade, but you can actually still throw a grenade while you're on the bomb, and it can serve as like a really good way to throw like a fake to fake that you faked. Here, Dong, keep that one. So what you do is you want to take any kind of nade and you hold it primed. So you're holding mouse 1, you're holding it primed. Then when you get on the bomb, you're holding E, and what you do is you let go of mouse 1 really quick, but then you return back to mouse 1 like this. So you just let go for a second. I'll get off the bomb so I can do it again. But you can keep diffusing as long as you just release for a second and then return back to mouse 1. So I'm holding it primed and diffusing. I'll let go of mouse 1 just for a second and then hold it again. Keep diffusing. So you can come up to the bomb, throw your nade, which looks like you just pulled off a really shitty fake and you got concerned and you need to throw your nade. And then you get right back into the defuse. It holds the defuse the whole time. So as long as you just release it just for a second and then get right back on it, that's all you gotta do. Alright, so this tip's pretty cool. It's a lot like some of the other ones I've done, definitely, but we recently saw StarX do it in, I don't remember what match. I'll try to figure that out, maybe post a little clip like around this time. But what it is basically Dong's hiding right here, and he's pretty difficult to see because he's got a nade out and he's like oriented in a way where he's hidden a little bit better, like in the other tips that I've done. And it's a little bit more effective than just like hiding against the wall. Being able to crouch and get your hand out of the way, and if you fix your feet, which I'll talk a bit about in a second, that really helps you out a lot. So as you can see, like his feet are facing towards the door as he is too. Here, Don, can you fuck it up real fast and show how the if he messes it up, you can have your feet oriented in the wrong way. If you just turn your mouse and you don't fix your strafe keys, then it will totally fuck up, because look at how his arm looks now, and I can see him from all the way back here. So it's really important to fix your feet. So fix your feet, Don, can you fix your feet real quick? Basically, you just scoot forward and scoot backwards. And I'll show you exactly how to do it. Alright, get out. So all you do is you take your nade out. What he did when he fucked his feet up was he just crouched right into it, looking at the wall initially, and then he just turned his mouse, and that's not enough because right now I'm fucked up with my arms sticking out. So all you do to fix that is you hold forward for a second and you hold backward for a second. So it's just, you can get in here any way you want, but to ensure that like your bottom half of your body is turned in the correct way, just hold forward and then hold back just for a second. Like it's just scoot out, scoot back in. And basically all you look at is like the door. It's pretty general. This big thing is like pretty wide out, so you have a lot of room for error. So if you can throw a flash or something and then just come in here and do a quick scoot out, scoot back in, you're good to go. And it's a pretty good spot. I mean, it worked out for StarX pretty well. All these questions are from YouTube this week. I forgot to post a status about it on Facebook and Twitter, whatever. My apologies. The first one's coming from Metroplex. He asked, what mouse do you use? I use the Zowie EC2 right now. It's pretty nice. I used to have the Death Adder, but it was a little bit big and it was just flimsy. Like, things were breaking over time. The mouse wheel was kind of fucked. The buttons, I didn't like that they lifted up so high off of the mouse and stuff. And I have pretty big hands, and I like having a smaller mouse where I can like just fucking pawn the shit out of it. I don't know, I feel like I have more control that way. WoW Addicts and Nick was asking how I got through the orange part of the rafters pretty quick in my last video in tips number 5. Do I have mouse wheel bound to duck? I actually don't. I have in my config, you can download my config, I'll put the link in the description, but what I use is I use my C button and my shift button both for duck. Primarily it's because I always switch shift and controls functions in games. I like walking with control and I like ducking with shift, just a personal preference. But especially for KZ, I like to be able to double duck very easily, and it helps me to crouch run too, or Russian walk. I've seen a lot of you guys call it Russian walk. I had never heard of that before. But yeah, I like using C and shift because I can still move around, like I can still control my player, but I can also do double ducking quickly to get through like tight places like that, to get on top of smaller ledges and stuff like that. So finally, Mr. Muffin Man 555, I love your name. He says, so suppose I manage to get behind a whole team of 5 with the gay spot you showed in tips. How do I make sure that I ace? I'm not a newbie, been playing for 3 years, so aim's not a problem. Well, it's pretty much, well, the biggest component is to remain calm, because a lot of people are like, oh shit, this is gonna be a clip, and then they just fuck shit up. And it's important not to think like that. It's important to just enjoy the opportunity presented to you and try to think about it the best you can, because you only have a second to do it. And what you need to think about is anyone looking at you? Who is the most important person to kill first? Is it the person with a gun out? You know, if someone's reloading and then their teammate has a nade out, that's already 2 people you can discard as the first person to shoot. You also need to think about if you can line people up easily, like if you wait a second and you put your crosshair a little bit before them, leading them off a little bit, will more people line up? And stuff like that. I would say, other than remaining calm, I would say focus a lot on who you should target first. If there's anyone that will pose as a major threat, if anyone seems to be more aware than other players, and try to get lineups the best you can. So that's going to do it for number 6. Expect that plugin video to come out within the next couple of days, definitely within the next 7 days. I'll try to put that out as fast as possible, and stay tuned for number 7.